Good morning. Almost every day when you pick up the newspapers, there's another Liz Trussism, and today is no stranger. Today we learn that all the sewerage pumping out onto our beaches, into the ocean, is partly the responsibility of Liz Truss. So Liz Truss, when she was working in the Environment Agency, when she was the Environment Secretary, decided to slash the budget, and she cut £24 million from the water boards for surveillance and to stop the dumping of raw sewerage between 2014 and 2017. So we're not just looking at the fat cats here who are secreting the money into their own back pockets. We're not just looking at management and dividends. We're also looking at chaos caused by the person who wants to be our next Prime Minister. And it's not the only chaos she's caused. We know about her ridiculous performance in front of Lavrov, which I still consider to be a major failing. We know about her inadequacy in front of television cameras and how she doesn't seem to know what she's talking about, how she doesn't seem to have read her brief. We know that she doesn't like reading detail. And we've had complaints in the last week or so about raw sewerage being pumped out onto the beaches, and we now find that's her fault as well. This is somebody who should not be Prime Minister. I do not understand how she's ended up in this position, and I do not understand why she is the front runner at the moment. It simply shouldn't be the case. But I do encourage you. I think there's an article on the front pages of The Guardian today. It's not a newspaper I always read, but I picked it up on a quick sojourn to the shops. And my jaw fell open, obviously not in front of a sewerage pipe. Well, I hope not. Beyond that, the newspapers are charged with reports that Daria Dugina was murdered by Ukrainian Secret Service, and specifically by a woman who's fled to Estonia. As I said earlier, I think this is complete hokum. And I am disappointed that our national newspapers seem to be believing this rubbish. Have they seen a body? Do they know it's true? And even if Daria was killed, what is the proof that this was done on Ukrainian orders, or indeed by some Ukrainian sympathizer? It simply doesn't stack up. Certainly, the more I've talked to people, the more I'm convinced that both Daria and her father were pretty well unknown. If you want to target somebody at the top. Beyond that, I send my sympathies to her family, because they are pawns in a much larger chess game.